Are they?
What's up, man?
What's up? What are we doing?
We're at the airport. Finally got through TSA. But we headed to South Dakota. We're gonna hunt some pronghorn, deer, whatever else. What do you think? What you got, man?
We only got tags for those two things.
Yeah,
so
that's all we're hunting. Deer and pronghorn. We're probably gonna chase some antelope in the morning, and then we'll crawl into deer stand in the evening and see what happens. We got a good intel from Mr. Jordan, and said there's a few bucks roaming around, so we'll see.
See if we'll walk up there and wolf one.
He don't think we got a chance at an antelope, but I beg to differ. So
he's got that 150-yard pin
yeah,
dialed.
I got it dialed in. Just got to make some marks, maybe a couple windage adjustments, and we'll be locked in. But now for real though, we're gonna go up here and have a good time. We're about to meet Sip and his brother up here, and we're gonna get after it. That's for sure. It's gonna be a fun time. We got Anna, we got Mitch, we got myself. We got some banging music behind
Nobody
us.
wants to see me, so.
But it's gonna be a good time.
Let's get it.
Is it recording?
It is recording.
I see the red light.
See the red
She
light?
knows how to work that. You see a little red beamer?
I see the red beamer up
They
there.
cover that beamer up during turkey season. They'll spot that from a mile away. Oh, let's go.
Well, unbelievably. It's a little earlier than usual, but it's that time of year again. We are in the deer stand, ladies and gentlemen. And we are in the deer stand in South Dakota. And we are in the deer stand with 2 shooters already on the field. Quite a bit different than back home, but it's about 4:20 right now. I think it gets dark close to like 7:38. I don't really know for sure. But there is already probably a dozen deer on the field, and we spooked some deer getting in. But there's 2 shooters out here now. I'll try to get some footage, but they're a ways off. But one's a big 9-pointer, probably in the 130s, and the other one's like a big old, just boy 8-pointer. There's a bunch of the deer bedded down out there, actually. It's so early. We got a perfect north wind. We had a storm front push through, and pushed through about 3 o'clock. So it made us a little late to the stand, which just sounds so dumb because we're still, 4 hours before dark right now. So we're in a cool spot. It was a booger bear as usual, getting everything together. First hunt of the year. Always makes me say some choice words every time because I'm never prepared. But had to get in here and limb a couple holes out for us. But we got some great shooting lanes here. And we got a beautiful alfalfa field in front of us. Anna's up to bat first. She can shoot about 40 yards. And they'll have to come within 10 yards of this drainage pipe here. We already had a doe come in the corner here and something spooked her. It wasn't us, but she's been downwind of us the whole time, so I don't think it was us. I just think something wigged her out down the field because she was staring down there. So anyway, I'll try to get some footage of these bucks where they walk off the field, but 2 pretty ones, that's for sure. So got Cameron about 600 yards to the north of me, and Sip and Randy about, probably same thing, probably 600 yards to the east of me here, so should have a good night. Let me get some footage of these bucks. That's the big one right there. He's way up the draw.
Straight ahead.
Headed his way though. Why they'd want to go back up that way, but guy's a stud. Dirty buck. He's like that direction.
Well, I don't know how well you can hear me. I had to shoot this on my phone pretty good. I'm running a new camera for 2021, and my lens right here is too zoomed in. I don't have the wide angle lens tree to hunt deer. And we've flown out of South Dakota to hunt one of Mitch's buddies' place. He was kind enough to let us get on and hunt for a few days. But it's an unreal place. It's gorgeous. I mean, nice river. It's alfalfa along the river bottom. We came in this morning and sat on the road and glassed deer coming off this alfalfa field, and we saw a few nice ones. I mean, really nice ones. And it's about to. Dang, that looks like a tank right there. I left my binoculars. I was grabbing everything and forgot my binoculars, but that right there looks like an absolute tank standing over there along that river bank. But regardless, I was coming in here. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon. We were coming in here. Well, there was 8 bucks within about 100 yards of the set. And one good thing about this set right here is it's got a big ravine right here, and then it's got an alfalfa field just to the south and a big hillside behind it across the road. But the deer seem like they're following right down this fence from the meat path trail right here, about 8-10 yards. So it should be a chip shot if he comes in here. If the deer comes to the right, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a shot at him tonight. I really need to do some limit on this tree, but I really didn't have time because there was 8 bucks standing within about 100 yards of this tree. One cool thing though, I did get to slip in here. They had no idea. The reason they bumped was because they saw Mitch driving across the other alfalfa field over there. Up on top, they kind of just pitched down in this little willow right here. I'll turn the camera around, y'all can see it. Well, it's not with me, but while I'm recording, but that's what happened. And I see some deer over on the woodlot over here. So it should be a fun night. One of them was a really nice 8-pointer. I'd probably shot him. It was a slick, hard-horned 8-pointer. So come by. We were chasing pronghorn this morning. Got on one stalk, but we really just rode around and just kind of learned the lay of the land a little bit. But it's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be a fun. Wow, we're here for 4 days. We're gonna be on 4 hunts, 4 afternoon hunts. So this might even be a spot I can slip back in the morning and catch them coming off this alfalfa field. But regardless, I'm seeing some deer funneling down this woodlot over here. So I'm gonna crank it down and I'm gonna sit here because big cold front's coming in. It's gonna drop to like 25-30 degrees tonight. So the deer are on their feet stupid early. We told we're gonna be in here plenty of time, getting in here about at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But they're ready to go. They're hungry, so we're gonna sit back and
last night because we couldn't obviously do a recap because there's so many deer out there. But we probably saw like, I think, 60-ish deer, a little less or a little more than 60. 10 shooters, I would say. I mean, none of them were absolutely gigantic. That big 10 was probably the best deer we saw. He was a great deer. He's probably 140, 150, something like that. He's got some really awesome tine length, and he's pretty heavy, so he'd be an awesome deer to shoot. But we're not going to be picky. Anything that's a nice deer, we're going to shoot. And there was another big 10 and they came in the field later, closer to dark, after all those other deer had kind of filtered past us. He was a stud too. He's probably 140, 150, 28, 30-inch main beams. I mean, he's a monster, probably 20 inches wide. Tine length wasn't really there like the other 10, but he was just as big, I think, and old too. He's probably, both of those bucks were at least 5, I'd say, maybe 6. But anyway.
Alright, you're live.
Welcome to South Dakota. Day 2. It's currently 81 degrees, September the 4th. Mitch and I are set up on the same field that we were at last night when we had all those bugs filtering down below us. We come out here about 12 o'clock, and we moved our set to a tree that we attempted to move about 60 yards to the left of it. Got up there, got the stand ready, found out that the wind wasn't going to be good for that tree, so we ended up finding a different tree. We didn't really think we were going to use it, but it's probably the most interesting setup we have yet. We're literally mounted on 2 branches. It's really sketchy, but anyway. So last night we saw about 60 deer and about 10 plus shooter bucks, and they're all filtering down on a road system right below us. And Mitch could have gotten a shot last night, but he didn't have his bow, and I was one shooting, and we switched seats, and I couldn't get a clear shot on anything. So we've come up around him closer to the main roadway, and everything that's within open distance we can shoot up to about 50 yards if we wanted to, but the closest road is 15 yards from us. So we will see. We've already got 4 does in the field, and it's like, what, 3:45? 3:45. It's hot out here. It's a little windy. Our wind is kind of marginal, but
It's blowing right to where the deer are. They're not doing nothing, so
yeah.
it's got to constantly tell them about it moving. The wind's going to be shifting all night, going better for us all night.
The wind's going to do what it wants to do. It's hot out here. But we just had a cold front come through yesterday, so we had some on and off rain showers. Mitch has his bow tonight. I'm still shooting, but hopefully we got a really good setup. Cameron is still in the same spot he was at last night, except he moved up about another 200 yards to a group of trees in the middle of a field because he said all the deer last night were coming underneath the tree. So that's where he's at. Haven't heard from him if he's already seen anything, but y'all stay tuned. Hopefully we skewer